Today I started working on a page in one of my art journals that had some leftover palette paint on it. And there was a bunch of them, and I hadn't really done many of them, so I decided I would do that today rather than start a new painting. And I've had fun so far. I've got some video clips of it so far, and I will continue on here after we're done and see if we can get a wrap on it. Hi, Josie Allen here, coming to you from my studio in Delaware. Welcome. Hope you're having a good week. I am having a good week. Before we get started on the art, I wanted to show you my table. I think you can see it from here. I kind of zoomed back on it so you might be able to see it better. I have been using my massage table for all of my bowls and all of my sound instruments to make videos with, and it's just such a hassle to take it down and put it back up, but also more of a hassle to have to move it around when I'm doing other things. So I found this little tea cart on Facebook Marketplace, and it was a good price. It's in good shape. It's probably from the 60s or 70s, I would say. And it has this leaf that goes up and down on both sides, so I can move everything out when I need to record, and otherwise just leave it kind of compact so I can move it around. It's on wheels, and it moves around fairly easily, very easily actually. It just kind of pushed it sideways. Anyway, today I started working on a page in one of my art journals that had some leftover palette paint on it. And there was a bunch of them, and I hadn't really done many of them, so I decided I would do that today rather than start a new painting. And I've had fun so far. I've got some video clips of it so far, and I will continue on here after we're done and see if we can get a wrap on it. As usual, I usually end up doing something extra after I turn the camera off, so if I do that, then I'll add that on at the back end. So I'm going to turn the camera off here and set it back up in the overhead position, and I'll see you there in a few minutes. I was just playing my bowls a little bit to get some inspiration and get in the zone. This is my art journal. I've been working on it for a long time, and I've got several going. What I do is when I finish with the acrylic painting that I'm working on any given day, I'll just use I've usually been doing it on paper, and I just put the paper over my art journal and flatten it out. Sometimes I'll use a roller with it if there's a lot of it, but there wasn't a whole lot this time, and I just kind of like it's subtle and has potential. So what I'm going to do is start with some acrylic inks. That's Scarlet. And this is made by who? Montmartre. And this is cadmium yellow. Phthalo blue. And violet. So let's start with the violet. Well, actually, let's start with this. I've got two brushes out, an Arteza 8 round and an Arteza 16 round, and I'll probably be fiddling around with them after I get some of this paint rolling around the page. So, having a little white tea with honey and cinnamon. So cheers to you. And let's start with the violet. Okay, so I worked on it a little bit more, and I think this is where I'm going to leave it. And we'll see you again. Hi, I'm back. I've done a little bit more in it, I have to confess. I added some asemic writing and some ephemera, some of which were words, and then a little bird's nest. Just felt like it needed to be up there. So anyway, I wanted to show it to you. It's all done. I've signed it, and I like it. Let me know what you think. I love this blue leafy flowery thing. Turned out really nice. It's much different than what I started with, and everything else was just came as I was just playing around. So I'll let it go there. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you the next time. Bye now.